So, the question that I have today for you guys is what happened to these supposed starter Pokemon that got leaked, quote-unquote, leaked 2 weeks ago? Well, if you guys did not know, if you're not really up to date on these and you kind of said, oh, cool, we got some leaks of some starter Pokemon, I'm going to wait till a trailer comes out, and you didn't really follow up what happened to them, well, they were fake. They were actually, as soon as I posted the last video on what I thought about them being fake or real, it was actually revealed a few hours later during that day that they were fake by an Italian artist. So kudos to the Italian artists for making so much of us believe they were real. Anyway, today we're gonna take a closer look at what happened to them. Where are they now? 2 weeks later. Well, the Italian artist actually went ahead and sketched the middle evolutions of the starter Pokemon and the final evolution of the starter Pokemon. So we now have the full evolution of them, and I gotta say they look amazing. I really wish that these were actually real starter Pokemon, and I really wish that someone would actually implant these into a ROM game. If you're a spriter or if you know how to do that kind of stuff, be sure to hit me in the DMs on Twitter. I would love to do a project with you on where we showcase these Pokemon in a ROM hack or in a Pokemon game that we already have. But this video is not about me talking about how I would love to see these things in game. We're gonna go check out the final evolutions and mid evolutions of these Pokemon. So the first one, which I really loved, and I wish that it was an actual starter Pokemon, is the Platypus one. And then if we go to the mid evolution, he gets like these little duck feathers on top. And he kind of looks like Daffy the Duck in a way, but a little bit more, what's the word, more ferocious. But nonetheless, I love how this thing turned out for the mid-evolution. And it just looks so adorable. Like, why can this not be a Pokemon? Come on, Pokemon. Take advice, like, go look at this guy's artwork and implant that into our own games. It would be a dream come true. And this is the final evolution, and holy, I don't really even know what to think of this thing. It looks like a duck combined with a platypus. I don't really know, combined with a bird. I'm not really a big fan of this thing right here. I don't know, it just doesn't look right to me. I know it probably took him a really long time to figure out how to like implant this platypus Pokemon into a final evolution, because you can't really play. There's just so much you can do with a platypus Pokemon, or the platypus, I should say. You can't really make it. If you make it bigger, a bigger platypus, you're gonna get critique for saying, "Oh, you only made it a bigger platypus." Like, what's so creative about that? So he had to go and make it a bit more creative and actually make it into this thing right here. And as you can see right there in the bottom left corner right there, you will see that you can actually like hair dry him and like play around with his hair. And it kind of looks like a furry fruit right there, to be honest. It looks like a furry fruit. So I'm guessing that's an animation, like he just did that all scene right there for when you take him to the groomers and so forth. You can actually groom this Pokemon, which makes sense. Ducks do like to groom themselves, so it makes sense that you can groom them at the actual groomers in the Pokemon games. Next up is the bunny one. The one that most of you guys actually liked. And don't get me wrong, I do like the bunny one as well. However, I don't know, I just feel like there's so many bunnies in the Pokemon games already that it's just kind of like, yay, we have another bunny Pokemon. Like, if this were a real thing, because we got Bannieri, we got Diggersby, we got Bunnelby, those are just a few I can think of off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure there's more bunny Pokemon in the Pokemon games that I can't think of right now. But this is his second evolution right here. I gotta say, it kind of looks like Delphox's mid-evolution in a way, Braxian. It kind of looks like that, but not exactly. However, I do like what he's done with this thing. This is probably one of my favorite mid-evolutions that he's done for these Pokemon that he's made. I can't really say much about it. It looks like a normal bunny Pokemon, besides it kind of looks like a Braxian, and yeah. Then for its final evolution, now this is the final evolution which I really like that he's made, which is this one right here. So I'm speechless, honestly. There's not really much I can say about this guy other than it looks incredible. Like, yo, I can honestly see this guy being like a dark fire type Pokemon, because he's got that, like, I don't know if that's smoke behind him or if that's actually his fur being black. But this looks really cool, honestly. This is probably the coolest evolution that he's made final for these Pokemon that he's created. It just looks so cool, honestly. There's nothing really else I can say about this guy that looks really cool. And then let me know what you think about this bunny, about the bunny's final evolution. I really like it. I really wish this was a real Pokemon as well. Now, for the final one, which was the grass Pokemon, or the grass monkey Pokemon in this type. And I have to say, this is probably one of the most polished ones that he's published so far, from the starters that got supposedly leaked 2 weeks ago. And that's the grass monkey one. Why do I say that? Well, just look at this. It probably has the most change in the second evolution than any of the other Pokemon that he's made. So as you can see, it's got like a longer grass coming from its ears. So that may indicate that, well, there is some fungi growing on his head, or that he, because you know how Sunny Sage has that the grass on his head is actual grass. It might be kind of like that. And he's got some flowers on there as well. And I don't know, I just love this thing. This honestly looks like Simi Porter, his final evolution, where he's kind of got the dreadlocks going. I can honestly see if you were able to style your Pokemon with dreadlocks and so forth, I would definitely give this guy some dreadlocks. He would look so cool with dreadlocks. And then, for by far my favorite final evolution that he's made is this one right here. Just look at this guy. He looks incredible. He looks like he's ready to absolutely destroy whatever water type Pokemon's in his way. And that's this guy right here. As you can see, his tail becomes much longer. He kind of becomes like Zambumafu, which is a lemur. So he kind of looks, he's kind of like a lemur right here. And I don't think we have a lemur. I know that Linoon can be considered a lemur Pokemon in a way, because it kind of looks like a lemur, but no. This Pokemon right here is by far the closest thing we would have to a lemur if this thing was real. So as you can see, he's got like a mane of grass around his neck, and with some flowers in there as well. He's got some vines coming from him, and it looks like the vines have thorns coming out of them. So that may indicate that the flowers that are on this Pokemon are actually roses, and they're not just flowers, they're actually roses in a way. But boy oh boy, this thing looks really cool in my opinion. I don't know, I just love this thing. I really wish that Junichi Matsushita would contact the Italian artist that created these Pokemon and be like, yo man, screw the generation starters we have. We're gonna ask you to buy the rights to these Pokemon, because honestly, these just look amazing. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thought you guys would probably want to know what happened to these starter Pokemon, because I was still curious to see what happened to them, and we finally got that answer. However, in the midst of the recording this video, sure enough, there is gonna be a Nintendo Direct tomorrow, so be sure to stay tuned for that, as I'll be covering anything that's Pokemon related. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you think of these starter Pokemon. Do you wish they were real? Let me know what you think your opinions are on them. As always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace out to you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Until then, peace out to you guys then.